who for the past 13 years has been active in mining as a senior metallurgist, health and safety instructor, and consultant, and also the board chair of Weinglo Family International. But recently, Jerry Kwabena ANDOH is into industrial relation and trade unionism. Mr. Jerry Kwabena ANDOH, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. So, Mr. Jerry Kwabena ANDOH, looking at the change that has happened in your life individually, what can you say about change? I mean, how would you put in your own words change? What change is all about?
I think that first and foremost, I would also take the opportunity to welcome our cherished followers and viewers, our friends and family who have been part of what Weinglo Family International has been doing. Change is inevitable. Change is the only constant thing we have in life apart from God. We have actually been thrown into this condition, unplanned, because there's a need for survival. And I am believing that by the time that we leave here today, we would focus on general change. Then we look at what we are actually experiencing at the moment. That is a change that is due to COVID-19. Yeah. And I would want to say that change basically comes into facet of sharp focus when you look at the components of change of the human being. Okay, and one of the key things that we'll also be drilling down on is how we can adapt to this change that would help us to manage stress and strain being in our homes. So we'll look at the fact that change comes into sharp focus when you think about the mental, emotional, and the physical ability of the human being to face the complications when a condition that is not normal. So mostly change comes from moving to a known position to an unknown position. Right? If you want to do a change, in organizations we can do a change whether stepwise, sharp focus, or gradual. Okay? But what we're looking at is this sharp change. Okay? Somebody can call it a stepwise change. We need to now more or less confine ourselves to our homes. And I want to make it a bit more specific into the areas that by government directive we have to stay home for 14 days. Today is the third day, and I believe that we can now drill down on how we can adapt to the change for COVID-19.
Right, you well said. Viewers, this is how the conversation is going to be. We have 30 minutes interaction with our guests and 30 minutes interactions with our viewers and followers. So keep the questions coming whilst we go on. Tell your friends, keep sharing and add on. Let people come on and let's go very well with this because it's a very important topic. Imagine just being home and then you don't even know what to do. But this is a place and this is a platform that can at least we can take something home and then change something, make change possible. Did you hear the German minister took his life during this COVID-19 era, Mr. Jerry ANDOH? I believe that the sharp change of the COVID-19 really affected this man. I don't know if you've chanced upon it.
Well, I think I've heard a story. My friend sent to me. And one of the key things is to managing change, is to first and foremost, like I said earlier on, to mentally, what do you do when there's a sharp change mentally? All right, mentally you need to accept it. Okay, if you do not accept change, you become change resistant, and when the change is too strong, you may easily fall to the distress or stress that comes with change, and a lot of things can come with it. All right. Okay, there's an issue, I think, in Italy, where a whole family, all right, COVID-19 swept away the whole family, leaving the only man alive. He decided to commit suicide, stood on top of hotel, and also committed suicide because almost all his family had been wiped out because of COVID-19. So when we talk about change, we need to bring in a sharp focus why we need to change now. We need to change now because of the fact that we need to survive. Right? Why do you want to change? Why is the change coming? You need a change because you want to survive or you need to survive.
Sure.
People go into changes. There are minor changes, there are major changes, there are country changes, community changes, global changes. All right. And if you see COVID-19, all right, COVID-19 has had a global impact. So quickly, in order to be able to find our feet, we need to quickly move from ground level up to be able to manage it. And that means families should come inside.
Yeah.
Right? You need to go back. Look at what is happening. It's a sharp focus. How are we managing? Because, like I said earlier on, out of the 24 hours that we have been normally running, almost all the places that have been shut down now, okay, or locked down now, have had a minimum of 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours outside on daily basis. So for instance, you go to work, you leave home at 5 a.m. Accra, Kumasi, maybe Obuasi, it's predominantly mining. So you leave home maybe 5 a.m. You get back around 7 p.m. You have that contact time with family around that time. Then 5 a.m. you wake up again. You need to go. Now all of a sudden, you have all the 24 hours with you to stay home. How do you manage this change, which is a huge change?
Yeah,
the stress involved is what we need to drill on, so that the next 11 days that we have ahead of us, we've done 3 days, and the real challenge is going to come